The polls are closed and results are coming in from Georgia's primary elections.
We've been closely watching some big races, including one that will determine which Republican will seal the votes to face U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff in November. We want to take a look at the numbers right now. State Representative Mike Collins leading the pack of Republicans wishing to run against U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff.
And WSAV's Sarah Smith has been following this race closely. She joins us live from Jackson, Georgia, where the Collins campaign is holding a watch party. So, Sarah, what's it like there now?
Well, the party is still going on here in Jackson, Georgia. The room came to life when Representative Mike Collins took the stage following the unofficial results that he led the primary and is heading to the runoff in June against Derek Dooley. Now, the mood here continues to be celebratory, to say the least. Now, Collins has been serving the 10th Congressional District since 2023. The 58-year-old has decades of experience as an entrepreneur with his trucking business here in Jackson. He's known for backing Trump's policies and supporting veterans and business owners. I was able to catch Representative Collins moments ago before he took the stage, and he highlighted his work in the Coastal Empire, securing funding for the Georgia ports.
I know the people in Savannah know that I've delivered for them too. That little old subcommittee that I chair, the Water Resource and Environment Subcommittee, went down there and got them the money that they needed to make sure that that port is widened and get that study done down there. So we've delivered for people all over the state.
Now, while the runoff is in June against Derek Dooley, when Mike Collins was on the stage earlier tonight, he focused on taking on current Senator Jon Ossoff in November. He criticized Ossoff for a handful of issues, but really focused on immigration. He applauded himself for introducing the Laken-Riley Act. We'll have his full speech on our website in just a bit. For now, live in Jackson, I'm Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3 on your side.
All right, Sarah, thank you. And with Governor Brian Kemp unable to run for another term, this year's gubernatorial race has had a crowded field. On the Republican side, the Associated Press has called the race, saying that Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and businessman Rick Jackson will be heading to a runoff. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger came in a distant third, followed by Attorney General Chris Carr. Earlier tonight, Burt Jones addressed his supporters, also from Jackson.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I know we're going to win is because of friends and family members that are standing back here and they're out here in this audience right now. You're the reason why we're going to win. And I don't care how much money it's because real friendship and family members that stick together, they always find a way. I don't care. You couldn't give me $100 million for the people behind me right here at this table.
As for the Democrats, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has secured the race and will avoid a runoff. WSAV's Archa Shashadri in Atlanta with more.
For the past few hours, the momentum inside the Hyatt Regency Ballroom in downtown Atlanta hopeful and anxious as supporters of Keisha Lance Bottoms hoping to find out whether or not she would avoid a runoff by securing one more vote than 50% of the votes to secure the nomination for the Democratic nominee for the gubernatorial race. Keisha Lance Bottoms expected to take the podium to talk about the race, and it looks like several news organizations reporting that this will likely not go into a runoff and that she would have secured more than 50% of the votes. Coming in second, Jason Estevez, followed by Michael Thurman, and then Jeff Duncan. So for most of the night, she maintained a sizable lead, about 61%, then trickling down now about a few counties left to report, and it looks like she will maintain that lead and avoid a runoff. She'll face either entrepreneur Rick Jackson or Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones in the November general election, but this gives her a little bit of a leeway in the Democratic ticket. The Republicans will head to a runoff June 16th, so they still have a little work to do before determining who will be their party's nominee for the governor's race in Georgia. Reporting here in Atlanta, Archit Tashadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
Another big race that's being watched closely. House District 1, the winner will replace longtime Congressman Buddy Carter. Taking a look at the results right now on the Republican side, Jim Kingston has a significant lead, and this is the seat that his father, Jack Kingston, held for quite some time many years ago. WSAV's Jillian Coles joining us live now from the Charles H. Morris Center, where Kingston's watch party is happening.
Tina, we just heard the news. A triumphant evening here, according to Decision Desk. Jim Kingston will continue following in his father, Jack Kingston's footsteps as the Republican nominee for Georgia's 1st congressional district in November. Now, Jim Kingston just got off stage, and with gratitude, he thanked his wife and team for supporting him and his parents and grandparents for raising him conservative. He went on to nod to everyone who donated to his campaign for their generosity, saying 90% of those donations came from right here in Southeast Georgia. He says he wouldn't be seeing the success he is seeing right now if it weren't for the endorsements from the 60 elected officials in the region and President Donald Trump.
But I'm very appreciative of every single one of y'all. We don't break 50% without this team here tonight. And I know that a lot of y'all could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again.
Now, as Kingston heads into the general election in November, he says he hopes to win and keep a conservative in the position. Reporting live in Savannah, Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3, on your side.
All right, Jillian, thank you. Well, there is another familiar name in that race, and he was hoping to come out on top tonight. Chatham County Commissioner Pat Farrell. Let's check in now with WSAV's Isley Herschel, as she is joining us from his watch party.
Tina, that's right. Even though this race has been called already, Pat said that he has been optimistic throughout this entire process. He tells me that spirits were actually pretty high tonight at this watch party, and he said during the entire voting process, he has respected it and he's appreciated it. He tells me that him and his team were working hard this entire time to get votes and to campaign, and he wants those at home to know that he was in this race up until the very end of it. In Chatham County, Isley Herschel, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Isley, thank you. And while District 1 has long been held by Republicans since 1993, Democrats are hoping for an upset in November. Let's take a look at those results now. We have Joyce Griggs with 34% of the vote. We have Amanda Hollowell, the next nearest challenger, at 25%. So it does appear that this is heading for a runoff in June. WSAV's Nakaya Harris is joining us live from the Amanda Hollowell watch party tonight in Midtown Savannah. Nakaya.
Hi, Ben. Supporters have been here as those votes are coming in, and as you said, Ms. Hollowell is officially heading to a runoff, and I am actually joined with her today or tonight. How are you feeling as those results started to come in?
I am feeling amazing. I'm excited. The energy is great, and this is what we knew what was coming up, and so I am just pumped up and ready for a runoff.
All right, and so what does your campaign look like as it prepares for that runoff?
It just looks like a scale up. It looks like more volunteers. It looks like more canvassing, more phone banks, more postcards. And we also know where we need to reach more people, and we're proud to do that. Because, like, honestly, some folks only voted because they saw a name that they recognized, not because they knew that there was a candidate out there that was actually seasoned and about people and solutions. And I'm that candidate.
And I was going to ask you, do you feel tonight's results show momentum for your campaign moving forward?
Listen, I'm a first-time candidate. This is momentum. I'm going to a runoff. I've never run before. I've only been organizing from the outside and not from the inside. And I'm working very hard to make sure I represent Southeast Georgia.
All right, thank you, Miss Amanda. I'm going to throw it back to you guys at the studio.
All right, Nakaya, thank you so much. Now we want to turn it over to WSAV's Isabella Baez, who is at a watch party on East Gwinnett Street for not one but 3 Democratic candidates for District 1.
We're clear.
Well, Ben, this watch party here in Savannah is not just for one candidate, but 3 separate Democratic candidates, all running for Georgia's 1st congressional district. Democratic candidate Michael McCord, Sharon Stokes Williamson, and Joyce Marie Griggs gathered under one roof to watch the votes pour in. They invited their loved ones and friends. Together, candidates laughing and cheering each other on. Local city officials also stopping by. The candidates say they have worked hard these past few months, and tonight they gathered to find out what's next for them. Griggs says she's ran before, the last time being in 2022, but did not make it past the runoff elections. However, tonight she says things are feeling different than before.
Well, it feels different because, well, I've had, 7 other candidates in this race, okay, and we're coming out on top. So that makes me feel real good. It shows that the people believe in Joyce Marie Griggs, and they believe in the work that I can do and get accomplished for them, not for me, but for them.
Joyce Marie Griggs is set to move forward to runoff elections. Reporting live in Savannah, I'm Isabella Baez, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Isabella, thank you. And in Chatham County, voters got a chance to make their voices heard on who they wish to represent them at the state capitol. District 165 it actually covers East Savannah and Thunderbolt. There are 3 candidates vying for the Democratic nomination, and Myquan Green is way out front of his challengers, Kendra Clark and Jalen Morris. WSAV's Evan Smoke had an opportunity to talk to Green at his watch party tonight. Here's what he had to say.
We have to vote overwhelmingly. We have to make it known that we want to make sure that we have representation. And if we don't vote, there's a possibility in 2-4 years, I won't be your state representative. That's why we have to make it clear that we're not playing with the Republicans. Regardless of what it is that they think they're going to try to do, the Democrats, we're ready to fight.
The winner will succeed Representative Edna Jackson, who has served the district since 2021. There is no Republican challenger in this race, so whoever wins tonight will represent the district in Atlanta.
And it appears State House District 168 Representative Al Williams has successfully fought off a challenger tonight. He beat out Sabrina Newby by a significant margin, enough it appears to avoid a runoff.
Said we like how you lead, and I appreciate it. I love Liberty County, and I love the people, and I want to commend my opponent on a good job. And I just thank God that we're able to once again go back and speak for the people.
And Williams will now face Kevin Remillard in November.